right now.
New overnight, a house fire east of downtown ends with an arrest. What police say happened next when neighbors confronted squatters at that home.
You see it right there. Kerr County plans a new flood warning system, but neighbors still demanding answers. This morning, we got the new timeline of when much needed changes will happen.
And good morning. It is Tuesday. This is GMSA.
Hey, welcome back, Ernie.
Thank you. Appreciate
Kiddos
it.
moved in?
Yes, she's good.
Yeah.
Survived her first day of school yesterday at Texas Tech. And
okay.
So far, fingers crossed,
hey,
all is good.
If you guys notice, he got like some real strong arms from lifting all his daughters.
Pushing all of her stuff.
All her stuff. All right,
I love her.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Let's get it over to meteorologist Justin Horn to check out what our forecast is looking like today. And yeah, another toasty one.
For sure. Temperatures are going to make their way back up into the upper 90s today. That much we do know. There is a chance for some showers and storms. It'll be spotty, but we have that opportunity. Let me show you the authority radar actually this morning. We have some rain out there, but you got to go down to Victoria and Port Lavaca, down there around Matagorda Bay, where we're seeing some showers and storms. Nothing here around San Antonio, and I honestly don't expect much this morning other than just a little bit of cloud cover. So let's play it out hour by hour here. 77 at 7 a.m., 82 at 9 a.m., and then by, say, 1 o'clock, we're going to put in that rain chance. 20%, partly cloudy. At this point, we'll also be looking at a heat index, so probably feel like it's in the mid to upper 90s, and then it will feel like it's near 100 by 4 or 5 o'clock. 20% chance of rain, I'd say through roughly 7 to 8 o'clock. Then, as we get into Labor Day weekend, and I know a lot of people have plans and you're trying to figure out how you want to work things out. Well, do know that we have rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Right now, I'm pinpointing Sunday as our best chance to get some rain. We're going to really dig into that forecast and get you set for your long weekend. Coming up in just a couple minutes. Ernie.
Artie, sir, thank you. New from overnight, one person is under arrest this morning after a house fire just east of downtown. San Antonio police say this started when neighbors confronted a pair of squatters at the home, leading to one arrest while the other got away. Firefighters arrived to heavy smoke and fire at the back of the house. The home's layout made parts of the fire tough to reach, but crews got it under control. However, the house partially collapsed because of the flames. So far, investigators are not sure what caused the fire.
This morning, a suspect in the death of a SAISD student, Simon Cuevas, now dead. Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says that Cesar Tijerina was pronounced dead yesterday afternoon. On Friday, the 20-year-old was airlifted to a hospital in San Antonio. Investigators said that he shot himself in the head at a home in Laredo. Tijerina was wanted for capital murder in the shooting and the death of 14-year-old Simon Cuevas, who was killed back in April. Investigators have another suspect in custody, and they're still looking for another person, a minor, who they are not identifying.
We're following new details this morning after a woman was rushed to a hospital after she was shot in the head in southeast Bexar County. Deputies say they found the woman yesterday inside a truck in a driveway on Hensey Road and recovered a gun nearby. Investigators are looking at a 67-year-old man who may have been in a relationship with her as a person of interest. Neighbors told us the home there is abandoned but often used by people breaking down scrap metal. At last check, the woman was still alive and in surgery. Deputies say it's already the fourth time they've been called to that property this year, and they're asking neighbors to check cameras for any clues.
This morning, a San Antonio mother still struggling after her son was shot and killed last week. A mailman found 30-year-old Johnny Montoya dead on Doris Street just before 11 a.m. on August the 16th. Hours earlier, San Antonio police found his father, David Richard Montoya, shot about 500 feet away near an apartment complex on South Calavera Street. David was taken to the hospital and died a few days later. SAPD confirmed to KSAT that these two shootings are connected. Johnny's mother held a vigil last night.
Come forward and let the police officers know who it was for him, for his sake, so it doesn't happen to anybody out here again.
On Wednesday, his family will hold a funeral. Those details are on KSAT.com. No arrests have been made and no suspects have been publicly identified.
Plan is now in place to start working on a new state-of-the-art flood warning system for Kerr County, and neighbors in Ingram are still looking for answers about their lake. I spent the day yesterday inside the Kerr County Commissioner's Court where they talked about some possible change that's going to be coming. The meeting was packed with neighbors from around the area, all looking to have their voice heard about issues they say can't wait. Some from Ingram want action on draining Ingram Lake, something they've been petitioning about for a month now. County commissioners say while they're not able to take action on that yet, they are moving forward with a flood warning system draft led by a former Kerr County commissioner and retired chief engineer at NASA, Tom Moser.
We need to do this right now. We need to have this in place before next summer.
Moser will be leading a team of 4 other people from Kerr County, Ingram, Kerrville, and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority, all with engineering experience like him, to create requirements and a plan for what a new flood warning system would need. They have 1 month before presenting their results to county commissioners and 6 months to have a solution in place. Coming up later on this morning on GMSA at 6 o'clock, I'm going to show you what happened next and why commissioners say they now want to have a workshop with neighbors in the near future. Guys?
All right, Devin, thank you. This morning, Uvalde CISD's attorney admits that his firm failed to release all the records from the Robb Elementary shooting 2 weeks ago.
Last night, the school board unanimously voted to make the documents public by next week. But officials say that it was the law firm's mistake, prompting emotional and at times angry reactions from board members. Earlier this month, the district released more than 3,500 pages after a judge ordered it, following a lawsuit by KSAT 12 and other news agencies. But new documents and video, including more than 8,000 emails, were left out. A Robb Elementary employee wrongly accused of leaving a door open for the shooter says that the district must release everything.
You say you stand for transparency, but you have withheld the very footage that will clear my name.
So this is part of the surveillance footage that Franco was talking about right here. The only reason that you're watching it right now is because it was leaked to the Austin American-Statesman years ago. Uvalde CISD says they don't have that video anymore. They say that they turned the footage over to DPS, and when the district asked for a copy, the agency did not respond. The district says the record should be ready by the middle of next week.
All right, let's give you a look at your morning headlines, and happy Tuesday to everyone. The latest now in the Texas battle over redistricting. Governor Greg Abbott expected to approve new congressional maps that could send 5 more Republicans to U.S. Congress. The Texas House and Senate already passed those maps. Redistricting can shift who represents you. You'll remember this all started back when President Donald Trump asked Texas to redraw their congressional maps to make 5 districts more favorable to Republicans so they can keep control of the House in 2026.
What you see is that changes in public opinion become unable to be registered in changes in government. And that's a problem because it short circuits representation, which is the key to our entire system.
All right, well, Governor Abbott said that he plans to sign the measure into law in the coming days. On to another hot topic issue. More than 1,000 school districts in Texas have about a week left to put the 10 Commandments on display in classrooms. That is the word from State Attorney General Ken Paxton. However, 11 districts, including local ones like Alamo Heights, Northeast, Northside, and Lackland ISDs, don't have to follow this new law. That is because they filed a lawsuit and won. For the rest of schools in Texas, the law requires that classes in all public schools show the 10 Commandments. Supporters say that it can help students behave better. This law takes effect on September the 1st. All right, some national news here. President Trump says that he's firing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook in an unprecedented move that escalates his push to influence the independent central bank. Trump said there is sufficient reason to believe Cook made false statements on 1 or more mortgage agreements. But Cook says that he lacks the legal authority to remove her, and she refuses to resign. All right, so we will follow that story there. A couple of quick national and state headlines. I want to get you updated here on the traffic situation. And again, I've said this before. Welcome to everyone joining us this morning on Good Morning San Antonio. I do love this shot right here. This is kind of a bird's eye view of 37, the east side of town. Traffic on 37 moving along there. Of course, the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. Looking great on a Tuesday morning. But let's get you updated on some construction activity across the city right now. 35-1604. Looks like traffic is moving along there in the northeast side of town. So good news there for all of our folks making their way through Live Oak, Universal City. How about this right here? We do have major construction taking place I-10 1604. But there is some good news. A lot of this work is being done in preparation of a brand new flyover ramp, which will open on Thursday morning. So that's going to be exciting news for all of our folks on the northwest side of town. Been dealing with a lot of construction over the past couple of years. That ramp's actually going to go from 1604 west right here to I-10 east. So good news there again for our folks on the far northwest side. I see Justin over there fist pumping. Yes. All right, let's go to Alex Gomez right now in Drive Cam and see how things are looking on the roads. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. We also have construction on the inner northeast side, 35 north at Walsham. Only one lane open and the exit to 410 west closed. Welcome back, RJ.
All right, thank you very much for that. And Justin, we got some new flyovers, man.
Loving it. Loving every part of it. All right, outside with live cam, I just saw there with Alex's shots, we've got a few clouds out there. A lot of us getting ready for the long weekend. We got football coming up, a lot happening this weekend. So we're going to try to break down this forecast for you. We do have some updates when it comes to rain chances over Labor Day weekend. Stay tuned for the latest.
All right, so is that movie really yours? A class action lawsuit suing Amazon over buying films, plus a new GPS pet tracker so small that even your cat or your dog won't notice. Coming up. All right, welcome back. 5:14 now. So we're finding out that there's a lot more to this story about the arrest this past weekend of a suspected Peeping Tom. 34-year-old Ricardo McCleary Jr. is accused of secretly recording videos of women at a Northside apartment complex right through their patio doors.
Yeah, so records show that he was also arrested in 2023 after another woman there says that he entered her apartment in the middle of the night. McCleary, who was also lived in the complex, was evicted soon after that, and that charge was dropped, though, this past April.
So about a week later, San Antonio police got the call about the Peeping Tom, as you see here. Police say the victim in that case then caught McCleary on her security camera lurking near her home on 3 other occasions. McCleary was arrested last Sunday and then released on bond. As our Katrina Weber reports, all of this has at least one woman on edge.
The video captured back in May made for sleepless nights at the Platinum Chavano Oaks apartments. Images of a suspected Peeping Tom, who neighbors say has been watching them for years.
It was definitely scary, and I didn't want to go to the gym. Even though it's like a small walk, I was like always on alert.
Knowing that I've had my blinds open at night and I have my fiance.
On Sunday, San Antonio police finally announced an arrest. 34-year-old Ricardo McCleary Jr., so far charged with stalking one woman in particular at the Hebner Road complex.
It's extremely violating to know that you're not safe in your own home.
That woman, who didn't want to use her name, is still struggling with what happened. She says she first noticed a man identified as McCleary aiming a cell phone on a selfie stick at her patio door, recording her as she dressed. A security camera she installed later captured these videos on 3 different days. After months of living here on edge, that victim told me she thought McCleary's arrest would bring relief, but she says she found out only hours later he'd been released on bond. On top of that, the victim doubts he acted alone. She says her videos show 2 different men, McCleary and someone else.
The other footage is a bald man, not shaved head, a bald man.
For that reason, she hasn't found closure. Police aren't closing this case either. They say even with the arrest, their investigation continues. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, Katrina Weber with an update there. Let's give you an update on the traffic situation. Things pretty calm right now on the roads. If you're about to step out on your Tuesday morning, take a look at some of our north side cameras here, 281 Stone Oak Parkway. Actually, I'll be in that area later today doing a story near Johnson High School related to school zone safety. So there's another shot, 281 Bulverde Road, some more traffic up there on the far north side of town. Another one there at Sonterra Boulevard. 35 1604 starting to get a little bit busy. So TxDOT is reporting that the eastbound lanes of 1604 right here at the 35 interchange are closed, and you do see a little bit of buildup there for our traffic going north on 35. So we'll keep an eye on this situation as it kind of unfolds throughout the rest of the morning. It looked like traffic for the most part was okay there, but again, we'll keep an eye on things. I-10 1604, the biggest area of concern is going to be right here at 1604 Vance Jackson. They're doing a ton of construction work, again, to prepare for the opening of that brand new flyover. The third flyover that's going to be over there, the 1604 expansion, that segment continues on along the north side and northwest side of town. And a quick shot here, 151 over by Northwest Vista. Good morning to all our folks over here by SeaWorld. Also, Stevens, Warren, traffic and construction has started to clear out on 151. All right, let's check things out on the ground. Alex Gomez for us in Drive Cam. What's up, Alex? How we looking?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, I'm driving around the northeast side, and I-35 southbound looks to be okay if you're coming inbound into the city. However, outbound, I-35 north at Walsham only has one lane open, and the exit to 410 west, well, that's still going to be closed because of construction. And they were really working out there. It did not look like they were going to be wrapping up in this 5 o'clock hour, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. We'll see if things clear out for all of our folks over by Roosevelt as the morning moves along. Jay Horn, how we looking, man?
All right, quiet out there right now, RJ, and we look at the authority radar this morning. There are some showers and storms down along the coast, so Port Lavaca over towards Victoria. These are lifting north. These will not affect San Antonio this morning, but we do have some lift around the area. As frontal battery, it's really kind of falling apart, but there's going to be a little bit of lift along that later today, and so we should see some isolated showers and storms. Let me show you the futurecast here. And it does show maybe a couple of showers this morning closer to the coast, and then as we get into the afternoon, just some of these spotty downpours, with high pressure still over top of us, even though we do have this front, there's just not going to be a lot out there. So rain chances today really at 20%. It's going to be the kind of the rainfall lottery situation where maybe you get lucky and you get one of these pop-up downpours, but they'll be few and far between. And we'll do this all again tomorrow, too. So 20% chance today, tomorrow. We start off in the 70s this morning. We make our way up to 90 by noontime. At this point, heat indices will already be in the mid-90s. And then we added that rain chance, 20%. So partly cloudy, isolated storm, I'd say roughly between 1 and 8 o'clock. High temperature today right around 97, so still pretty toasty. As it stands right now, if you're heading out the door, it's 77, 73 in New Braunfels, 75 in Converse. Definitely a warm morning. And by Thursday, we have the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Boy, we're excited about this. I'm just excited about football in general. But we've got Sotomayor versus Clark. That's at Ferris Stadium at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And I will warn you, any football games Thursday and Friday, be prepared for some extreme heat. 96 when this game gets kicked off. It could be even hotter on Friday. Field temperatures most certainly 100 plus. So be prepared for some hot games. Again, Thursday, Friday, so the start of high school football. Good news here, we're going to see some cooler weather, I think, by the weekend, and some rain chances, too. Another frontal boundary makes a run at San Antonio by Saturday and Sunday. That should kick up rain chances Saturday, and I think Sunday, with this front around, will be our best shot at rain, and maybe some lingering rain on Labor Day as well. So I know a lot of people are planning out their Labor Day weekend. Here's what we're thinking. 30% chance Saturday, 40% chance of rain Sunday, 30% chance of rain Monday. Does that mean cancel your outdoor plans? As we always say, absolutely not. There'll be some activity around, but there will also be plenty of time in between those showers and storms to enjoy whatever you have going on. As we get a little bit closer, we'll be able to kind of plan that out for you hour by hour. But at least it is cooler by Labor Day, a high of 91. Okay, our Just Ask Justin question this morning. I was thinking of football and universities, so it got me thinking, what is the oldest university in San Antonio? Is it Trinity University, Our Lady of the Lake, Incarnate Word, or St. Mary's? Think about it. Vote, KSAT.com/poll, scan the QR code.
I'm embarrassed I don't know this off the top of my head.
Listen, I didn't know either.
Okay.
They're all historic.
They absolutely.
Yeah.
Going to learn something new again today.
Yeah.
All right, 521 right now, 77 degrees outside.
All right, we got a lawsuit that says you need to think again if you think your movie is owned by you. Plus, a GPS pet tracker so tiny that your cat won't even know that it's there.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon faces a class action lawsuit over its movie purchasing policy. The company is accused of misleading consumers with offers to buy movies on Prime Video. The complaint says you're actually licensing access to the movie, which could be lost if Amazon loses the rights to the film. No response yet from Amazon. New York City cabbies are not happy that Waymo is coming to town. A limited number of the driverless taxis have been given permission to hit the streets in parts of the Big Apple. Protesters in front of the governor's office chanted, "Way no to Waymo." And finally, a tiny new device to keep tabs on your dog or cat. The tech company Fi just rolled out its mini pet tracker that works with GPS and AI. It weighs less than half an ounce and clips to your pet's collar. It's $129 for the hardware and a year subscription. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
Okay, well, this will be a great day for sure. On September 20th, the second annual Texas Eats Food Festival is set at the Boeing Techport Center. You can try food from 20 top restaurants from across Texas made by Michelin and James Beard award-winning chefs. If you want to buy tickets, you can scan the QR code there right on your screen. And again, you can eat like David Elder.
Yeah, David Elder was actually here yesterday kind of breaking all of it down, and it just sounded so tasty. So hopefully people get in that QR code when I get it.
Mouth is watering right now.
All right, guys. 5:26 right now, 77 degrees outside.
So thieves are targeting locked mailboxes all over San Antonio with more than 4,000 reports in the last 2 years. We're going to show you the hot spots and what police are doing to try to stop this trend. Coming up.
The mission of the police department is pretty simple. It really is. Support the staff that are doing the job of teaching these students and make sure they're safe while they do it.
Medina Valley ISD takes school safety into its own hands with a brand new police department coming up at 6, while leaders say this move gives them more control and more peace of mind. Welcome back. Coming up on 5:30, and we are kicking this Tuesday off with everybody back.
Yeah.
Yes. How was y'all's vacations?
Good. I got to work out two of my arms, but it was pulling the slot machine, you know.
Look, he worked his arms out for a different reason.
Moving my daughter into college at Texas Tech, so.
I was at the casino.
Well, did you win anything?
No, nothing. Well, I have no luck. The only luck I have is bad luck.
You guys both lost a lot of money, really, when it's all said.
That's true. Think about it. But I was noticing this morning, I think on the way in, they were talking about the weather in Lubbock and how, I mean, mild or cool it is up there.
Yeah, they actually had that front, right?
Yes.
It felt good. It was probably
jealous.
dry.
Very dry.
Nice mornings up there. We are not feeling that yet, but I do think we'll get a front over Labor Day weekend that it may not move through, but it does, I think, get close enough to at least bring temperatures down a hair and give us some rain chances. So let's look at the headlines here. Spotty rain today. Rain chances at 20% today and tomorrow, so not great odds, but I do think we'll see something on radar. We're already seeing a little bit this morning. And then as we get into Thursday and Friday, the main headline here is going to be those hot temperatures. I honestly think by Friday we can be at 100, which means our high school football games, which really get underway Thursday, Friday, are going to be very, very hot, especially if you're sitting on the side of the stands facing the sun, mainly the visitors there. So just be prepared. Labor Day weekend, rain chances do increase because of this front, and I'm feeling a little more confident about Sunday especially, where we could see a scattering of showers and storms. That's the thinking right now, at least. So as we look at the high temperatures today, 97 in Gonzales, 96 Pleasanton, 97 Cotulla. Hot, humid, and again, a spotty shower or storm during the afternoon hours. Labor Day weekend preview. Let's talk about this. I know everyone's kind of trying to plan out their weekend at this point. Saturday, 30% chance, 40% chance Sunday, and some lingering rain perhaps for Labor Day itself. That is the current thinking. And notice temperatures do come down. 93 Sunday, 91 on Monday, guys.
All right, thank you, sir. Despite city, state, and federal laws, cluster mailbox thefts remain a problem.
Yeah, this is when thieves break into those locked mailboxes in apartments and neighborhoods. And last fall, San Antonio police, they formed a mail theft task force. This morning, our very own Patty Santos joining us right now to break all down that progress. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there, good morning, guys. So this is a map that was presented by San Antonio Police, and it shows us really where the hot spots are for this type of crime. You see right here, this is the downtown area. It's pretty hot here. And this is the Prue area right here in the northwest side. You can see, though, that this type of crime is really anywhere and everywhere in our city. And the job of that task force was to coordinate the response to this type of crime. And here's what we know. Since 2023, there have been more than 3,500 Class A misdemeanor reports and over 500 felony reports of stolen mail. That is where a criminal steals 10 or more pieces of mail. Now, Ryan Baldwin of the San Antonio Apartment Association is a task force member. He says this has improved communication among stakeholders in neighborhood groups and apartment managers to stay ahead of this criminal activity.
You have different players at the table who have had different solutions to their individual issues. you get to speak to, hear different creative solutions. We keep those conversations going on a regular basis. And even though the stakeholder meetings have stopped for now, we're still talking about it and trying to find common sense solutions.
Okay, so protection around these mailboxes really varies for every community, so the replacement and prevention cost also varies. Coming up in the next hour, Ryan is going to tell us what changes his apartments have made to deter this crime, and what has worked and what has not.
Patty, thank you. This morning, some Spring Branch neighbors say they've had yellow and even brown water coming out of their taps for weeks. And while the water company insists it is safe to drink, many families, as you might imagine, are not buying that. Residents in the preserve at Spring Hills and the crossing at Spring Creek say the problem keeps happening despite all the complaints. Texas Water Company blames naturally occurring minerals like iron and manganese, saying the water is safe. But the EPA warns that those minerals are only safe in small amounts, especially for infants. Neighbors say they are worried there is not enough oversight and that the water may look clear at the faucet, but it turns discolored once it fills in a cup.
And to be blunt, it looks like it could be urine.
Yeah.
And that is safe to bathe in and to drink according to your water company.
According to the water company.
So we reached out to the Texas Water Company, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, and the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority for more information. This is not our first time reporting on brown water in small local communities. Our Courtney Friedman spent 6 months last year investigating a different water company, and that reporting resulted in 2 new state laws being passed to keep consumers safe, and they take effect next week. We have links to all of those stories at KSAT.com. Just search Dirty Water Investigation. Well, San Antonio leaders say that revenue from property taxes, sales, airports, hotels, and development is growing slower than expected, and that could leave the city about $10 million short this year and lead to a deficit of nearly $31 million next year. So the city wants your feedback. Today, there will be 2 town hall meetings, one at the Normoyle Community Center and another at the Cuellar Community Center. Both start at 6:30 this evening. They are free to attend. If you'd like to participate, you can sign up. The City Council will vote on the budget September 18th.
All right, guys, 5:35 right now. Let's get you updated on some national headlines. Check this out right here. Have you ever been stuck in one of these in West Texas or the southwest part of the country? Check that out. We had a giant wall of dark dust sweeping through parts of Arizona on Monday. Almost look apocalyptic there. This dust storm is called a haboob, which is Arabic for strong winds or gale. In one video, the giant dust storm can be seen for miles, as you see right there, quickly engulfing a few neighborhoods. And just as rain begins to fall, again, blocking out the sun with dust. Check that shot out there. That is a crazy shot. Another shot showing the wall of dust sweep over Arizona State's football stadium in Tempe, which is in the Phoenix area. Okay, a lot of talk this morning about this one because Southwest is making yet another change, this time to its seating policy for plus-size passengers. So starting January 27th, passengers who take up space in the neighboring seat will have to buy an extra ticket, and that might not get refunded. The current rules allow flyers to buy an extra seat ahead of time and get refunded later or request an extra seat at no charge at the airports. Well, those options obviously making Southwest popular with many plus-size passengers, but the new rules mean the second seat will be non-refundable unless the flight leaves with at least one seat open, and both seats are purchased within the same fare class. It's a lot to go through there. This move, though, comes as the latest in the series of changes for Southwest, which also ended its open seating policy, and now, of course, charges to check bags. Okay, an update here. No one won the Powerball jackpot last night, so again, no one's done it since May the 31st. This means that the pot is rolling over again, and it's expected to reach, get this, $815 million before tomorrow's drawing. That would make it the 7th largest in the lottery's history. I might have to get into that KSAT pool now for sure. According to the Texas Lottery, one person in Houston matched 5 numbers and won $1 million. Okay, not a bad payday there, but the lotto is growing. Let's check out your luck right now on the roads. Taking a look at traffic. Authority 35 at 1604. That's going to be on the northeast side of town. Again, good morning to all of our folks making their way through there. How about a shot here at the west side? Kind of a nice view over the overpass there. 10 at Loop 1604 on the northwest side. Again, dealing with overnight construction. There's a shot there from 1604, and traffic is starting to build for our drivers that are coming on 1604 East. So was a little concerned about this because I saw on the TxDOT website that those 2 main lanes were closed, and that appears to be kind of the case right now. Let's take a look again on the northwest side. 10 at 1604, traffic starting to move along there as we make our way through our Tuesday morning. All right, Jay Horn.
Thanks, Sarah. Let's go outside with live cam. No sunrise yet. In fact, we just got a few clouds out there, but a beautiful sunset last night. Matthew Acosta sent this in from Mission del Lago Golf Course. Very nice. And our sunrise this morning will be around 7:08, sunset 8:02. But will we see some rain? We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
Outrage continues over Cracker Barrel's new logo, why fans say that it just doesn't feel like the same, and the company's response.
And the lights, the energy, the rematch. The KSAT Pigskin Classic is back. We'll get a first look as Clark and Sotomayor kick off the season with a showdown you will not want to miss. Coming up.
And most of the construction work on the highways have wrapped up across the city, except one side of town. Coming up after the break, I'll let you know which side of town you're going to want to watch out for.
All right, 5:44, and it is game week, y'all. Saturday, UTSA opens at Texas A&M at Kyle Field. Was that good, Dave South? Justin? Okay. But when the Roadrunners return for their home opener, they'll be showing off some brand new turf. Check that out right there. The Dome has new turf for the first time since 2019. It looks great. Has a new paint job there, and of course that fresh turf smell. The Roadrunners host my Texas State Bobcats in their home opener on September the 6th.
Sotomayor televised KSAT Pigskin Classic. Tell me what emotions you feel having a season opener like that.
You know, they're a great team, and I'm excited to go challenge ourselves for the first game. They're a playoff team like last year, so us being able to play that good of a team straight out the gate will for sure help us get ready for the rest of the season.
And that would be Mary Rominger interviewing some of the Clark Cougars this Thursday. The 4th annual KSAT Pigskin Classic will take over the KSAT 12 airwaves. Clark versus Sotomayor set to collide in a rematch of their season opener last year, where Sotomayor won 33-10.
They're a very good team. They're explosive, they're fast, they're strong, and it's overall just a good competition. That's one thing about Northside. We always gonna bring it to the best of our ability. So I'm happy to play them again.
All right, well, both programs made the playoffs last year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic has a history of producing some great games, and this one will definitely be no different. It all goes down Thursday. We'll be live from Ferris Stadium beginning 6:30 for the evening. Pre-game show, kickoff at 7 o'clock. That's all live on KSAT 12, streaming on KSAT Plus, the BGC app, KSAT.com, anywhere you can find all your KSAT stuff. And we, of course, will have coverage all week long. You guys will be there, right?
Yeah. It'll be sideline reporting.
Sideline with Hector Ledesma and Larry Ramirez.
So we're going to be there trying to get the spirit. I want to get involved with the spirit action of the crowds, but we're also going to be highlighting some stories from each school. You know, these schools are more than just football. Football is off the chain, but the different little extracurriculars that they have that have made them on the map or put them on the map, that's something that we're going to be focusing on as well.
Yes, I got to visit with Sotomayor's ROTC.
Hey.
Which is pretty cool. Beautiful. But it's something about the band and just the football, the field. Just get you in the spirit.
The drum line, yeah, exactly.
That too. Let's take a look at the forecast for the KSAT Pigskin Classic on Thursday. It's going to be hot. Temperatures could be near, I'd say, 100 at 6 p.m. By 7 p.m., we're starting to see them drop into the upper 90s, if you want to call them dropping, not by much. 89 degrees at 9 o'clock, 84 at 11 p.m. Field temperature most certainly will be 100 plus. So, RJ, you'll be down there on the field. You'll feel it. Definitely hot. Ferris Stadium, 7 p.m. Go check it out. Number 8, Sotomayor versus number 9, Clark. Can't wait. And that sort of kicks off the high school football season with a lot of games going on Friday, too, which will also be very hot. Authority radar this morning. We're going to focus in here on Victoria. We've got some showers and storms this morning. That's the one place where we are seeing some activity, and it's well to our south and east. Not much here around San Antonio, and I don't expect much this morning. So your morning commute, your trip to the bus stop should be just fine. 94 degrees at 2 o'clock, 97 at 4 p.m. There is a 20% chance of some isolated rain today between 2 and 7 p.m., but anything we see is going to be fairly brief and few and far between. So I'm not especially hopeful for any sort of significant rain today. 97 will be your high temperature, and we'll have another 20% chance of rain coming up tomorrow. Reason being, we have this stationary front that's just close enough to maybe give us a little bit of lift today. It's that same front Ernie was talking about. It felt so great in Lubbock. Look at the current temperature there, 66. I mean, that's only 11 degrees cooler, but it just sounds a lot better than what we got going on here. 77 in San Antonio, 78 Corpus Christi, 76 right now in Houston. So let's look at that futurecast. And yes, it does show a couple showers and storms trying to show up by the afternoon. This is 6 p.m. It's, again, just 20% coverage here. And certainly by 10 o'clock, anything that we have will go away. So today, tomorrow, small rain chances. Thursday, Friday, not a nothing. But by the weekend, that's when things start to get a little bit better, I think. Saturday, 30% chance of rain. Sunday, 40% chance. And Monday, a 30% chance. And, oh, by the way, temperatures start to come down, too. We get another frontal boundary. Again, maybe not necessarily strong enough to push all the way through, but it gets close enough and maybe, sits over San Antonio to where temperatures do drop some. 93 Sunday, 91 Monday with those chances of rain. This is also a situation, I should point out, where it is not going to be raining the whole time. This is not where you have to cancel all your plans. I know people are going to be out and about, going to the theme parks, maybe swimming, whatnot. Just please keep an eye to the sky. And as we get a little closer to the weekend, we'll be able to kind of break this down hour by hour for you. So to put it all together, 96 tomorrow, 99 Thursday, 100 on Friday, but we get those slightly cooler numbers and those rain chances coming in by Labor Day weekend. All right, with the idea of football in mind, I was thinking about all the universities here around San Antonio, and of course not all of them have football teams, but I wanted to know, what is the oldest university in San Antonio? Is it Trinity, Our Lady of the Lake, Incarnate Word, or St. Mary's? They all have votes. St. Mary's has now pulled into the lead. You can go to ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code. If you're an alumni of the correct, whichever school, vote. Just rep your school. Why not?
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to lean on our trivia king in here, RJ, for this answer.
We'll see. We'll find out. Boy.
This one is definitely stumping me. Okay. The viewers are kind of throwing me off a little bit there. St. Mary's, okay. Shout out to the Rattlers on this Tuesday morning. We will see. That's a good one, Justin. All right, let's give you an update on the traffic situation. 10 at 1604, again, northwest side of town. We're getting ready to open up that brand new flyover. That is going to take place Thursday morning. At least that's on the schedule for our folks at TxDOT. The only major issue I'm seeing right now is going to be what Alex pointed out earlier. There's going to be 35 north headed towards Walsham Road, headed towards the 410-35 interchange. Looks like we still have some ongoing construction in this area. And as Alex said earlier, it looks like some of those crews might be there for the better part of the rest of at least this hour. And we'll see how things look going into our 6 o'clock hour. But the other spot here, this is going to be over by Pat Booker Road, 1604-35. Live Oak and obviously Universal City here. Traffic is starting to move along here. It looks like these crews are kind of making their way along parts of 1604 getting towards Pat Booker. So again, something to monitor as you make your way out on the northeast side of town. Let's check in with Alex Gomez right now in Drive Cam and see how things are looking on the ground. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, it's pretty good on the north side. 1604 has reopened because of construction from Hausman all the way to 281. So no problems there except for that northeast side, 35 north at Walsham. Only one lane open, and the exit to 410 west was going to be closed. So exit early, exit Randolph Boulevard, and you'll be able to get on 410 west that way, RJ.
Okay, good stuff as usual. Alex Gomez for us this morning in Drive Cam, guys.
All right, 5:52 right now, 77 degrees outside.
So get ready for longer lines at Starbucks. Pumpkin spice season is officially back. Some new fall favorites adding to the menu today, coming up. All right, 5:55 now in your morning consumer headlines. Cracker Barrel is now responding to the backlash over its new logo. The restaurant chain rolled out a minimalist look last week, dropping the iconic barrel and Uncle Herschel character. The reaction was swift. Shares for the company fell more than 12% in a single day. In a new statement, Cracker Barrel admits that they could have done a better job with the transition. They also reassured fans that Uncle Herschel is not going away. He'll still be on the menus, other signs, and inside the country store.
And put him back on the sign. Okay, here we go. 5:55, guys. For some, today is the unofficial start of fall, and that's thanks to Starbucks because its iconic pumpkin spice latte returns starting today. The coffee chain announced the drink's arrival a month earlier than usual this year, and that's because Google's searches for pumpkin spice started earlier. Starbucks has other favorites returning, including the pumpkin cream cold brew, iced pumpkin cream and pecan crunch oatmeal latte. I always get nervous when I have to read the menu of Starbucks. There are so many different words I'm not familiar with.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm not an expert by any means in terms of what size. I still don't know what size is it. The venti, the grande, and the grande is the tall, and the large is the tall.
Yes.
So I just ask my kids, or I ask the kind person behind the counter.
Oh Lord!
Are you a PSL? Are you a fan of this?
No, boy, no. I don't know anything about it, but I just know I have a lot of friends that would literally bathe in it. It's not cool. Okay, guys, we got more coming your way right now. Again, 5:56. We're looking at 77 degrees outside.
All right, so neighbors are demanding answers about their lake as Kerr County prepares a high-tech flood warning system. We've got what happened at a PAC Commissioners Court meeting coming up.
And of course, we got our photojournalist Alex Gomez out and about on the roadways this morning, giving you your first-hand look of what your commute is looking like this morning. Guys, stick around. We got more coming our way in 6.